You'd think a plastic surgeon who's been cash pay his entire career would love my concierge model. He didn't. In fact, he got mad and walked out. I'm Dr. Tyler Goldberg, an orthopedic surgeon specializing in concierge hip and knee replacement. And for the last 25 years and 12,000 surgeries, I've seen patients literally transformed physically and mentally. I'm on a mission to transform the way the world experiences joint replacement. Ready? Let's hit it. Not long ago, a plastic surgeon came to see me as a patient. This is someone who has asked his patients to pay cash his entire career for his services. He understands the private pay model. He understands premium services. We sat down, I took his history, examined him, went through his imaging, and explained his options, including my concierge pathways. As I explained what the pathways included, the access, the planning, the timing, the protection, the recovery support, I could see his face change. He got irritated. He got mad. He got up and left. He told me he didn't want any of the concierge options, and he actually stood up and left, clearly upset. I remember thinking to myself, here's a surgeon that's been cash pay his whole life, mad at someone else who dares to structure their value in a similar way. That moment really stuck with me. It made me think of something Myron Golden talks about, the types of people there are when it comes to value and money. And it applies directly to how patients look at surgery and concierge care. Let me walk you through these 4 types, and I want you to quietly decide which one sounds like you. First, there's Freeple. These are the people who want everything for free. They consume tons of content, they ask endless questions, they rarely, if ever, buy anything. Then there are the Cheaple. These are people that are discount hunters. They only buy if it's on a sale or in network. They're always negotiating. Their loyalty is fragile, and they'll switch for a tiny price difference. And then there's the Feeple. These are people that will pay a fee. They are your standard paying customers. They are willing to pay for fair value. They appreciate good service. They're not chasing every discount, but they also aren't looking for a premium. And then finally, there's the Preeple, the premium people. These are the premium buyers. They pay more for speed, for access, for continuity and certainty. They value their time and their outcomes more than squeezing every last dollar. They want the highest chance at the best result with the least friction along the way. None of these are good or bad people, but they behave differently when it comes to their health. Now, let's bring this back to hip and knee replacement and to you. A Freeple mindset will watch every video, read every article, join every forum, but when it comes time to actually commit to surgery or a plan, they freeze. They want certainty without commitment. A Cheaple mindset is focused almost entirely on what insurance covers and what's the cheapest out of pocket. What's my copay, they ask. Can I get the same thing cheaper down the street? They'll often choose based on price or network, not on outcomes, not on access or experience. Then there are the Feeple, the people that are willing to pay a fee. They are willing to follow a normal path. They show up, they pay what's expected, they do their therapy. They're not chasing premium, but they're not constantly fighting the system either. And then there's finally the Preeple. These people look at it differently. They say, this is my body, my future, my freedom. I want the best shot. They care about who's doing their surgery and how well it's planned and what the recovery pathway looks like. They understand that the value they get, a decade or more of better life, is out of proportion to the one-time cost. My concierge model and the pathways I've built are designed primarily for Preeple and some Feeple who are ready to invest more deeply in their outcome and their experience. Here's why this matters. When you come see me or any surgeon, you're going to have to make a choice, whether you realize it or not. You can show up as a Freeple, endlessly searching, endlessly researching, but never actually committing. You can show up as a Cheaple, letting the lowest price or narrowest network drive your decision. You can show up as a Feeple, doing standard care, and that may be enough for you. Or you can show up finally as a Preeple, someone who says, I want the best process we can build, even if it costs me more. My job is to be transparent about what I offer. Your job is to be honest about which type of person you are and whether what I do actually fits you. There's nothing wrong with choosing the standard pathway if that's where you are. But if you're the type of person who values time, values access, values having everything planned out and protected, then you're probably closer to that Preeple category. And that's who my concierge pathways were built for. That plastic surgeon who got upset, he was happy to be a Preeple option in his own field, but walked into my office as a Cheaple, wanting all the benefit of premium process without wanting to invest in it. You don't have to judge him. I'm not. but you should learn from that moment. When it comes to your own body, your own hip or knee, your own future, decide consciously what type of person you are. Choose a pathway that matches that. If you try to be a Preeple in every other part of your life, but Cheaple when it comes to your own health, that disconnect will catch up with you. Want more on hip and knee replacement, recovery, costs, and real patient stories? Check out the playlist below. If you're trying to figure out your own next step, start with the joint quiz and contact page in the description below. That's the best way to contact me and my team. If this helped, like, share, or subscribe for more straight answers about hip and knee surgery.